So I make these all the time, these raw coconut macaroons. So with coconut oil, honey, raw cacao powder, and raw cacao nibs. So it's 2 cups of coconut. I like to actually mix the coconut. I have a little bit of shredded, I have some flakes in there. I just like some texture in the macaroon. So you don't heat these, you don't bake them, you actually put them in the fridge to solidify them. So 2 cups of shredded coconut, unsweetened. Get unsweetened, and you're going to sweeten with honey, so you're avoiding sugars, white processed sugars. Half a cup of coconut oil. I like to put 1/4 of a cup in the macaroons because I like it a little bit sweeter. I make tiny little bites. You can do less if you don't like it as sweet, but 1/4 of a cup of honey. And then 3 tablespoons of the cacao powder. And mix this up. You want the coconut to get damp. So you can put this in a food processor if you want. You don't want a textured macaroon, just kind of a smooth macaroon. I like mine with a bit of texture into it. So you'll see here that I have some chunks of coconut. There's shredded coconut and flakes of coconut in there. So I've gotten 3 different cuts of coconut. And you need to really mix this well. There is a lot of dampness in here because of the coconut oil. So you just got to press it together and really get it wet. It's going to solidify when it goes into the freezer or the fridge. I put mine in the freezer so they're done quicker. So when do I use these? I use these when I have like a chocolate craving or a sweet craving. And I like it because it's dark. So people that like dark chocolate will like this recipe. People that are into milk chocolate might find it a little bit too bitter. I have put mint oil in here, and like an essential edible oil or a natural flavoring that's derived from mint itself. I have put actually fresh mint from the garden as well, so you can make the mint chocolate macaroons. You could put some vanilla in here as well to taste. I know some people want specific measurements, so if I was going to put vanilla in here for this recipe, I'd maybe put like a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons. So you can see it's getting kind of damp. I'm going to put the actual nibs in here now. This is really optional as well. Some people just might like it like this. This adds, again, another texture. This is hard and crunchy, and they are the cacao nibs, so they taste more of a coffee, a much bitter taste than even dark chocolate. There's 3 tablespoons of these in here as well. I'll eat these in between clients if I'm low in blood sugar. I'll even eat them in the morning if I'm on the run. Even though they have honey in it, so there's sugar, they're not the ideal, option for breakfast. But mid-morning. Now, one thing about the honey that I use, I always try to buy local unpasteurized honey. The reason I like to buy local is because it will help you with seasonal allergies. All of the bees are pollinating off of pollen, right? So they're going to actually help build your immunity against your local allergies. It has to be local. The honey we're using today is a Lavender Hill honey, so it's a bit lighter in taste. I like to use this Nativa coconut oil. You can get this really anywhere. This is an organic oil. I know that they sell this at Costco, or they might even sell it at Walmart. It just yields, this is a good buy, the large one. It yields a far away. And then my powder and my nibs, I'm usually using Organic Traditions. This is easy for me to buy locally, but in any health food stores that you have locally, you'll be able to find good ethical sources. So you can basically just roll these, push them in a ball with your hands, and really actually densely squeeze them together. You'll see if they're going to stick. And it will. You have to really work it though. So you'll see this is a ball. It's a bite-sized ball, and you can just put it on parchment paper in the actual freezer. You can obviously make them bigger as well. What I like to do specifically, I'm just going to wash my hands. What I find the easiest to do is to buy some small mini ice cube trays, and I press the macaroon mixture into these with small dessert spoons. These ones specifically have rubber on the bottom that you can just simply pop it out. So, and it comes in a small, nice bite size. And then we store these in the freezer and just take them out when we're eating them. So I'm going to fill these up, and then I'll show you the finished product when I'm done. So I've left my tray, my ice cube tray full of chocolate macaroons in the freezer for 10 minutes, and I'm going to pop them out, and then we're going to try one. Like I said, these just pop right down. You can see them coming right out. Pretty formed, gluten-free, dairy-free. So I highly recommend getting one of these. Super easy. I would serve these with friends over, even if it was just coffee or in the morning as a little treat after breakfast. "15-minute like sweet dessert." So bon appetit.